What else do we have regarding the visas? Well, right now probably one of those good changes is that it used to be that once you got your visa, you used to have your censo and renew the censo every year. Now it's indefinite. You get your censo and that's it. So it's a good change. It's a good change. And the cedula, it's every time it's there have more cities to get the cedula for you, and instead of just Quito or Guayaquil, they are having more cities now that you can get the cedula. Now let's talk a little bit about households. One of the advantages of becoming a resident is that you can bring your households with no tax duty, no VAT. This happens once you get your residence visa. You have the chance to bring all of that. One of the things that is also kind of new for this is that customs, when they see your passport, when your goods arrive, they want to see that you have bring your households in the last 6 months since you enter Ecuador. So let's say you are here in January and you just came to Ecuador at the end of January and your households arrive in May. Then it will be fine. But even if you get your residence visa in August, and the last time you arrived here was January, then you will have to go back to your country or to another country and come back again, so you show that you have been less than those 6 months. Again, that, for example, is not on the law. It's just administrative decision of the person that is in charge of customs right now, and it's been applied in the last 2 or 3 months. Since last year, you can take here a card with your households. The card could be up to 4 years old, up to $20,000 in value, and have a machine of 3,000 centimeters or 3 liters. You can include that in your households.
So that's new.
That's
new.
That's
new.
Yeah. It's like from last year. It's like from last year. It's very important. In order to do that, it's very important. To become a resident, but also to comply with the 6 months that you have entered in Ecuador in the last 6 months. That will be very important. Many of our clients bring pets. We find out that to bring a pet, it's easier than to bring family here. And the pet will not require any visa. You just need to check with each airline what are the requirements. Usually the airlines handle that, and they have different requirements changing from airline to airline. But usually that's very much international to take a dog or a cat here. Just be sure that what you are bringing is considered a pet. Because some people wants to bring endangered specimen as a pet or something like that, and then
What about rats?
yeah, you never know. So we will need to check out on that, and probably the airlines is also a good source to determine if they will take or not, one of your favorite pets here. Driver license. I don't know if some of you are driving or not, but generally, once you arrive here, you can use the driver license of your country until you get your residence visa. What I recommend the clients that are going to live here in Ecuador or that want to be in Ecuador for an extended time or will be sharing this country with your home outside is that you get an international driver license. That's very important. Get an international driver license. That will allow you to get a license easier than if you don't have an international driver license. If you don't have an international driver license, once you get your residence, you will need to take the exam, the driving exam, as well as the 30-day course of driving. So that will be a lot of time. If you have your international driver license, until now, in some of the police departments, they are issuing just another driver license for you. So it's working well. They are talking about putting the exam anyway even for international driver license, but not the 30-day driving course. And the exam will be just that you notice how are the signals here. We have talked with the police department, and what they are doing now is they have issued a write exam in English together with the Spanish one. So it will be easier, not just to go. You don't have to learn Spanish first to get a driver license or something like that. So it's multiple choice anyway, so it's not that difficult. But to beat in English, it also helps. But get international driver license. If you want to drive, I strongly recommend that. Okay. I understand from Larry that there has been some problems here with some thefts on some stolen items, even though that Vilcabamba to me looks very peaceful. And yesterday I arrived late to Vilcabamba, and I was talking with a couple of taxi drivers and all of that, and apparently it seems like a very peaceful and quiet place, and people looks very good natured here. This is one of the areas in which Ecuador did make some changes last year, and they are changing it now. Probably some of you did hear that you can that the police or the district attorney will not treat a theft for issues below $600. That's the case now, that they don't prosecute any robbery before it's below $600. The good news is that they realize that was one of the worst mistakes they ever did. So they are changing it now. And the next week it's going to be the second debate at the Asamblea or the Congress, and they are going to put that to 100. So the difference is you can always still prosecute anyone, but you will have to go directly through your resources and see that that person is prosecuted for any value. It doesn't matter. But the difference it used to be that if the theft took place with violence or without violence, that's a big difference here in Ecuador for how the prosecution goes. If it's with violence, it can be prosecuted by the district attorney. If it's without violence, you need to go and file your writing information for that, and it will be prosecuted.